Hi guys, welcome back to part 2. This is part 2, Ghosts of the Past. And our first one is John Crossland, a criminal turned executioner, Derby Cathedral, Derby. So John had a difficult choice. Either be hanged for his own crimes or pardoned by executing both his father and his brother. He chose the latter, becoming one of the busiest, most popular executioners in the county. But his pardon appears to have been short-lived, for now his tortured spirit is seen regularly on church grounds, seeking genuine forgiveness. Earl Beardy, the wicked Lord Glemys, that was his other name, and this is Glemys Castle, Scotland. So, vowing to gamble until doomsday is what he was said to say, as he refused on the Sabbath to stop. And he roared that he would gamble until the devil himself appeared. So a mysterious stranger knocked on his door one night. And of course, he invited him for a game of cards. Legend says his lost soul for the gaming room is still heard swearing and rattling dice, and it echoes throughout. So he was a gambling man then, I guess. The Anglia TV monk. This is a ghostly monk who appeared on television. Morley Old Hall. So a ghost hunter, Hans Elster, was actually being interviewed on TV. But the audience got a little bit more than they expected. The monk appeared between the two men, and many people saw this. Now, of course, it's said that the Old Hall always had strong ties to the monks of the Abbey Church at Wymondham. It could be Wymondham, I think. I think it's pronounced like that, guys. Sorry if it's not. Stronger than anyone expected, has he actually appeared in front of all those people on TV. Right here, the Jester. Henry I, he was in those times anyway, and he was a freakish court jester. St. Bartholomew's, the Great Church of London. So while in the delirium of malaria and on a pilgrimage from Rome, Rahia had a vision of a church and a hospital. After he recovered under Henry I's patronage, he formed both. Now the once court jester turned church founder turned hospital administrator has turned into a ghost. Apparently, he keeps a ghostly eye on the activities of the church at all times because he still feels so much love towards it. So, a monastic procession. This is London too. Another church in London, actually. So, the Pines monk of the monastery, 19th century church. It now stands just stands continuative. I don't know why it just says that, but it says that quite randomly in this reading anyway. So it's said that chanting can be heard and figures can be seen holding candles and walking, but they're actually celestial beings. It's thought that it was possible the ghosts come back to replay the same ritual they once did, but no one really knows. But their chanting is heard, and it's not a bad sound, it's actually quite a delightful sound, and it's said that people actually do enjoy hearing it, even though they are ghosts. Freelan Oscar Stanley. So he's the owner of the Eds Park Hotel, and this isn't America, this is Colorado. So in his elegant mountain hotel, the dapper Mr. Stanley played host to actors and royalty governors and presidents. He enjoyed it so much that even though he's long since dead, he can't bear to leave. He is regularly seen sitting in the game area of the billiards room, and then he can be seen inspecting the bar. The staff then watch him float through the kitchen, no doubt, to check on the cooking. I guess it's still about checking on the place that he loved. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty cool. The organist at St. Vitus, and this is Prague. St. Vitus Cathedral, Prague. So, a young Jewish man embraced Christianity, becoming a chaplain at the cathedral. He requested to be buried in the Jewish cemetery, but turned between two faiths every night, he makes a pilgrimage from, obviously, his grave through to the cathedral in the foyer area where he plays the organ. Sometimes this happens at 1 o'clock in the morning, and people will hear the organ playing right across the other side of the river. He will play the organ for a while, and then will get up and leave and go back to his grave. It is said he's been seen, but he's been more commonly heard than seen. Train of Abraham Lincoln. So obviously it's Washington DC to Springfield, Illinois, and it is the funeral train of Abraham Lincoln. So it's 16th century president of the United States of America, and his black funeral train is said to be seen going on the same journey that it should, and it's manned by a skeleton crew. The truck's still carpeted in black. Clouds and the moon are generally seen, so it's generally a full moon night with clouds passing over it, making it more eerily, I guess. Now, the train itself is surrounded by a host of men in blue uniforms, all carrying or leaning against a coffin, and the crew inside are skeleton. Ambrose Small, an entrepreneur with the Grand Theatre of London. So this is a mysterious disappearance, December 1919. He was into magic, but more your magician type magic. And it says, this illustrious man has not completely been discovered, nor is it known what happened to him. His apparition, however, regularly is seen at the Grand Theatre, Trolley Theatre, Hamilton. He was credited there for a few things that he did, more behind the scenes, actually. He wasn't so famous as people knew him from everywhere, but in the theatre, it was definitely someone that people admired. Now, he just kind of disappeared. Investigators have come trying to find any resolution, really, but all they know is that his ghost still wanders, and he regularly comes out of a painting, apparently, in that theatre. But how and why he's now a ghost has not yet been discovered. So, Henry the Hunter. So this is Richard II, and it's his huntsman, and this is Windsor Castle. So, Henry was badly wounded after throwing himself in front of a stag to scare. Oh no, sorry, to serve. Sorry, to serve the king. So that could be really bad. Like he threw himself in front of a stag to save the king. Well, this distraught king sort of accepted help from this man, and he actually named him Herney because of obviously his stature of hunting. He was a very good hunter, and he placed deer antlers on his head. Herney was later betrayed by someone, and unfortunately, he hanged himself. He can be seen in the castle park whenever Britain faces terrible trouble. So imagine seeing that, you know. If someone saw that though, right, think about it. It's a man with a deer mask on his head. And if someone saw that, imagine what they would think they were seeing. It could be quite scary, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's the last one in this selection. Thank you all for listening. I do appreciate it. And I shall see you very soon.